What's going on, Combat Sports Nation? This is Sean here with a Beyond the Mat exclusive with Bellator 207 combatant Sean, the unpredictable one, Lally. I'm always confused. Is it the unpredictable one, Sean Lally, or do you fit it in there and in between the first and last name?
Right in the middle. It's between Sean and Lally. Sean, the unpredictable one. Lally. That's what we're running with anyway.
So listen, man, I appreciate your time. A little bit different format from since the last time we saw each other, spending the whole day. We've talked a little bit, but face to face, what was your feedback, and what was the feedback that you got from me shadowing you all day?
That was pretty cool. Everybody enjoyed that. It was nice to give, my fans, friends and family a little inside scoop of what I do on a daily basis in fight camp, and go like a little deeper into personal life and things like that. It was a lot of fun, and I didn't have to strangle you or anything. It wasn't that bad hanging out for the day.
Nice.
So it was good. I look forward to doing it again for sure. We'll have to do more. I know a couple people were interested in seeing some more footage like that.
I have a teammate of yours, Dennis. I'm coming up to sit. Gonna spend the day with him.
Sweetbread.
Yeah, with Sweetbread.
He's a perfect guy for that.
Yeah, I'm excited. That should be a very candid day. I'm expecting a lot of laughter that day.
Absolutely. You always have a good time with Dennis.
So the day in the life that I did with you was the build up to your fight with Chris Curtis at Dana White's Tuesday Night Fights. Obviously, it didn't go your way. I follow you and Chris. Chris said he's still a little salty. Even though he was victorious, still a little salty he didn't get signed. How are you still feeling and reflecting back on your performance and your opportunity?
I've kind of moved past it at this point. I had a great experience out there, memories that are going to last forever. My teammate Tommy Davis was with me, Loco, crew Mark Delagrati. I went out with Rico, so we all get to have these experiences together that I'll definitely always remember. It was a great experience overall. It was a very strange format going in there. It was very quiet. We didn't get to go in the cage before the fight, which was very interesting. I didn't even get to see where I was fighting until I walked out from behind those doors. Boom. That was the first time you see the arena. So it was a different experience. And like I said, it was very quiet in there. I could hear my corner. I could hear their corner. I remember at one point during the fight, this is kind of a funny thing, Mark Delagrati goes, "Hey, throw 3 punches. You're hitting him with the 3rd punch." And then I hear Chris Curtis's corner, Sam Alvey, go, "Watch out for the 3rd punch." and Curtis smiles at me a little, and I just nod at him. And it was one of those things that, you wouldn't be able to see watching TV, but in that moment, we both had that moment together. And, Curtis is a great combatant. He's coming back. He's going to be fighting again. We actually had a conversation the other day, so I look forward to watching him fight again. And I know he's sent me some love after the fight, and he's going to be watching me too. So it was a good experience, but I'm not really reflecting on the fight too much now. It's now it's focus on this. It was kind of, okay, what can we take? Where did you go wrong tactically? How can we be better strategically? And I look at my fights from a third-person view. I don't really get too down about them or anything. I watch at it from a tactical standpoint. Let's get better in certain areas and dominate the next fight.
So let's talk about the next fight coming up October 12th, Bellator 207. Bader versus Mitrione. You're coming in there 8-3. You're facing Camron Lochinov. Probably pronounced that correctly. I think it was pretty close. I think we did pretty good there.
I think it's close. I'm not 100% sure, but it sounds right.
I've met him personally. Very good guy. Great guy. From Team Link, one of the strongest schools in all of New England. But on the opposite side of that, you are from SIT, one of the strongest schools in New England. Not only that,
We're from the strongest school in New England.
there's your claim. I won't argue with that. But not only that, he loves to swing. He loves to stand and bang. But obviously, he comes from a jiu-jitsu school. You're predominantly from a striking school, but I know you have a strong jiu-jitsu background. What's the likelihood of your striking canceling each other out and this becoming a grappling against the cage, grueling, back and forth fight?
I could see it going that way. I've been preparing for a grueling, dirty boxing match. I've been doing a lot more wrestling, actually the last two camps than I have in a long time. So a lot of takedown, a lot of wall work, a lot of takedown defense, submission defense, controlling positions, stuff like that. Just getting better in every area, but my conditioning is through the roof right now. I want this to be a nasty, dirty, bloody fight. I think that I'm going to finish him. That's what I truly believe, and that's what I see happening. But I don't see it being an easy matchup. He's a tough kid. He's going to be tough to put away, but I've seen guys hit him, and I don't think anyone like me's hit him before.
Have you watched any footage of his previous fights, and what have you taken away if you have?
I've watched some footage of his previous fights. He doesn't have a ton of footage out there, but he's got some stuff on YouTube, and I've checked it out. I don't get into it too much because fighters change. Fighters build new skills. Fighters break, certain habits they used to have. But a lot of those habits that they have are kind of something that comes out, and it comes out when they get tired and when the fight goes into deeper waters. And I expect some openings to be available, especially if it goes into the second and the third round. So we've prepared for certain situations, and I've seen some chinks in the armor.
Would you say that within the last two fights you have sort of, I don't want to say dialed things back, but I feel as if you've become an even more smarter fighter within the last two fights?
Absolutely. I was beating guys for a long time, just going in, and I still have that ability. So kind of what we've done is worked a lot on striking, a lot on footwork, a lot on tactics. And instead of trying to force opportunities, I'm trying to create opportunities. And if it comes down to it, I always can brawl. So that's always in my back pocket. It's not like I don't have that, but that's not my go-to. I'm going to try to defeat people with my skills and in a tactical sense. And when the opportunity presents itself, if I injure someone, I will kill them.
As we've seen. But that you're
all I need is to see your legs wobble a little, and you're done.
Yeah. What did you feel as if you learned the most? Because every competitor says you learn the most from your losses. What do you feel as if you learned the most out of your loss, or do you just chalk it up as shit happens and that's the way it went down?
The thing I would say that stands out the most to me is I've learned that I can hang with the best guys because I consider Curtis a UFC caliber fighter, and I consider him one of the top fighters in the country. And I know I was a huge underdog, and going into the third round, we were 1-1 on the judges' scorecards. So it showed me that I can hang with those guys, and it was, even though I took a loss, it was a confidence booster overall. So I think it's just going to help me be a little bit more composed, and it's just part of my martial arts journey.
According to Tapology, you're looking at a 71% likelihood of win, with a well over 61% of that is expecting a knockout. So the fans are definitely with you. They're expecting from your opponent, if he was to be victorious by decision, where's your prediction?
I'm predicting a knockout. And I know my fans want a knockout.
Yes.
People aren't driving down to Connecticut to see me wrestle on the cage with some guy for 3 rounds. So I'm not going to do that. Like, whoever I'm fighting, I'm going in there to take their head off. I mean, even if we're on the ground and someone kind of tries to give up a choke, I might not even choke them. I'd probably just keep punching them in the face.
That's awesome.
So that's my prediction. I'm going for the knockout. That's my friends and my family want to see that, and that's what I want to see too. There's really no better feeling.
What would your keys to success be in this fight to get that 7th KO?
Put my fist on his chin.
You can't get any more straightforward than that. There's the simplicity of it.
That's it.
Follow us on Instagram, watch us on YouTube, check us out on Facebook, visit us on Twitter, and stay tuned.